Welcome to the strange and never-ending story of the Weirdmobile. All the longtime subscribers of this channel probably remember the first build we featured a few years back, the 1998 Accord Sedan dubbed the Weirdmobile, which would go on to become an El Camino and eventually run in the Detroit Gambler 500. The car was originally purchased for $500 in 2012 to run in the Medina County Fair rough truck competition. And piloted by Mike, it came in 9th place. Still drivable, but quite tweaked from some of the hard landings, the car sat in Mike's yard for a couple years until he needed something that got good mileage for his long commute. Despite the crooked body and uneven front wheels, the Weirdmobile drove straight and smooth on the highway. Now a daily driver, Mike needed a truck to haul a four-wheeler. Since the Weirdmobile did so well in rough truck, we decided to turn it into a truck. A quick Photoshop rendering, beer, and sawzalls with a solid plan. Removing the rear of the car was the easy part. Then we added some bracing after seeing how floppy the car had become. For the rear cab wall, we cut out the rear wall from a Honda Del Sol because power rear window. Next, we reused the Accord C-pillar, moved forward a couple feet for a seamless transition to the bed. Well, it looked seamless from like 30 feet away. Then, we beautified it with faux rear quarter windows and sealed up the rear wall with fiberglass. Next, we used hood hinges from the scrap Camino to build a functioning tailgate, and the Weirdmobile was now complete. Life got busy and the car sat outside for yet another year, rusting away, until 2017 when we learned of a new event taking place in Michigan which would undoubtedly change our lives forever, the Detroit Gambler 500. We looked at our $500 Weirdmobile and decided it was destined to compete. With a lengthy to-do list to get the car roadworthy, we ended up focusing on other things to make the car look more ridiculous, such as a rear suspension lift, big tires, and a scrap metal roof rack. We had a little time left to knock out the important things on the list and headed to Michigan. The Weirdmobile survived the Detroit Gambler 500 with only minor issues, and resumed its life of rusting away, sitting in the weeds for another year. We brought the Toyota to the 2018 Gambler 500 to help recover stuck gamblers, and kind of missed driving the Weirdmobile, a true $500 vehicle. So we're going to show the Weirdmobile some love today, with some cold beers, a new battery, and let's see how it runs. Here she lies under a dead tree, slowly sinking into the ground next to Mike's shed. The front bumper kind of fell halfway off when it was getting unloaded from the trailer. And it's been rusting away nicely these last 12 months. Oh, look at this. The bed was a nice landing place for this fallen tree. And here's a nice layer of pine needles on top of 2017's leftover garbage in the bed. The question is, what's living inside? Boy, it is mouse turd confetti up in here. The flux capacitor has aged and yellowed quite nicely. In another 5 or so years, we might have ourselves a black capacitor. Yep, just as we left it. Manual cooling fan bypass and all. I clear coated the roof rack, but it's still developed a nice patina. Pretty much all the spray paint from 2012 has faded away, except for the Let's Get Weird on the side doors. One fresh battery later.
I feel like it's in it, actually. Tree fell on it.
It's definitely gotten rustier.
Oh god, yeah. Like, it's at an all-time high.
Huh? You got mouse poop in there? Oh, mouse poop.
those were new front brakes too.
Those are raisins.
Yeah, dude.
Try one out.
Well, we got one more.
Ah, the rear brakes screech just as nice as they did a year ago. You know, I miss the teeth, but no bumper cover looks pretty good too. Look at how smashed up the... Oh, good girl. Without the bumper cover on, it really shows off the smashed up radiator support. So, what should we do next with the Weirdmobile? Do you guys think she has another Gambler 500 left in her? Or what about swapping it onto a four-wheel drive frame? Let's hear your ideas in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.